Ooh, now we're going to get into something really fun. Using the cells object, which is really similar to the range object that we've just seen, like range A1, range B3, cells is very similar. The cells object is actually a cell or a group of cells, but it's a different way of getting to it. So the cells object can actually be used to loop through things. It's the easiest way to loop through a group of data using row and column as coordinates, such as just like latitude and longitude in a way. So you have the row number instead of instead of the column letter, you have a column number. And that's really great for looping. So we're going to make a new macro called 1 to 20 just to demonstrate how powerful and how neat this can be. We're going to loop from 1 to 20. So let's go ahead and get over to the technical demonstration here. Let's make a new, fresh, clean worksheet. And I'm going to zoom in and make sure that rows 1 to 20 are at least visible here. Okay, so we're going to Alt F11 to get back into our editor. And I can make this in the module, or I can double-click on Sheet 5 and create a new sub. It really doesn't matter at this point. So we're going to say sub 1 to 20. And the code is going to be pretty basic. We're going to use a simple for next loop. So for, we'll say the variable, we're going to define the variable x as equal to 1 to 20. I'm going to hit enter. And then at the bottom I need to say next, or I would like to say next x, so I'd redefine the variable that I'm looping through. What this, let me, oops. Trying to hit enter a few times here so we can emphasize this particular loop and not get confused with the boundaries of the procedure. So for x is going to be 1 to 20. So x is actually a variable that's going to take on the number 1. And then the next time it loops through, it's going to be 2, and then it's going to be 3 all the way to 20. And very simply, we're going to use the cells object, and we're going to use x, the number 1, which is then the number 2, and then 3. We're going to use x as our row number coordinates, instead of actually putting a hard-coded number. So that may not make too much sense, but we're going to take our time on this one and debug through it a little bit. So we're going to say cells object, and then in the parentheses I'm going to say x, which is a differing or dynamic number, and then comma 1, which is, we'll hard code that to column A, which is column 1. So that cell, which is going to be changing, is going to be equal to, let's just make it simple, I'm going to say bananas, because why not? And then in a moment we'll change that up. So I'm going to go ahead and start debugging by pressing F8. We don't need to go through that part too much. Hit F8 again. Here's where the code actually begins. So you see, if I highlight over the variable x, hopefully you can see this, it says x equals empty. So this variable doesn't have any value to it right now. But as soon as I execute this first line to start the loop, it will now have the number 1 for the first go through. So I'm going to hit F8. So x is now equal to 1, we can see. And so we see that cells x, which is row 1 at the current moment, comma column 1. So row 1, column 1. First you have to think about that. What would that be? So that's cell A1, right? Cell A1 is going to be equal to bananas when I hit F8. I'm going to hit it, and now it is. Now we're telling x to go through the loop and be the next number. So the next x, so now x is equal to 2. What that means for us is we're now able to go through and modify row 2 because x is 2. Same column, column A or column 1. So now we're going to have that be bananas. Now x is 3. Bananas, bananas. If you're looking to the left, bananas, bananas. If I hit F5, I'm going to finish up. So it went ahead and executed the code, bananas, all the way there. So that's all well and good, not very useful. Let's go ahead and make this be dynamic also. So I'm going to hit X. I'm going to have, when it goes through this loop, cell A1 through A20 essentially is going to be equal to whatever X is. That means it's going to, at first it's going to put the number 1 in cell A1, and then A2 it's going to put the number 2, and so on. let's go ahead and hit F5 and run this macro. Boom! 1 through 20 has just been produced to my left on the worksheet. So that's really cool. That's actually the introduction to something very profound, because you can also use that to analyze. You can reverse the cells and put it on the left side of the equal or the right side of the equals, and you can analyze your data. So if the current cell equals blah 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 and is greater than blah and whatever, then do something else with it, as you've seen with our if-then statements talk. So it all works together quite beautifully. Let me see here. We have a further, we're going to further expound on the loops just a little bit more to drive it home. The cells object continued. So you can also manipulate, of course, column 2 or several columns, even like 100 columns at once. And so we're going to make a new macro called 1 to 20 plus, and let's go ahead and dive right into that one. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this macro so we don't have to watch me stumble over typing for a little while. So 1 to 20 plus is simply going to have an extra column. So let me paste this. So now we're going to modify the same row. It'll still be row 1 and then 2, but how about column 2, which you could also put B if you use quotes. We're going to say column 2 is going to be, how about x times itself, x times x. So if I execute this, we have 1 times 1, and then we have, now this is 2, column 2, which is column B, would be 2 times 2. So you see 4 is there. If I hit F5, it plants all the rest of the answers automatically in there. So if you have, if you can use your imagination, there's quite a lot of really powerful, amazing things that you can do mathematically and programmatically with that.